As we journey through life, each stage brings its own unique challenges and opportunities. Reaching our senior years is no different. In fact, it may be one of the most important chapters when it comes to our overall well-being, especially mental health. Today, let's explore the subtle yet significant habits that can undermine the mental wellness of seniors, and more importantly, how making just a few simple changes can transform those later years into some of the most rewarding and vibrant of your life. The foundation for a satisfying, fulfilling senior life lies in mental health. It doesn't just influence how we feel day to day. It affects our relationships, our hobbies, our engagement with life, and even our physical health. But mental health isn't just something to passively hope for. It's an active process, shaped by our daily choices and habits. Let's start with one of the most common and perhaps most underestimated threats: isolation. Many seniors can recount how changes in living situations, retirement, or the loss of loved ones slowly built up a wall between themselves and the world they once knew. Sometimes it's in small ways, like canceling lunch with a friend because the weather's a bit dreary. Other times, it's more dramatic, maybe moving to a new town to be closer to family, only to realize it's harder than expected to form new friendships or adjust to a new routine. These small instances might seem trivial, but over time the resulting isolation becomes more than just empty hours. It can turn into a significant threat to mental health. Numerous studies make it clear. Seniors facing chronic loneliness report higher rates of depression, anxiety, and even cognitive decline. When your social circle shrinks, so too can your world. Interests fade, motivation diminishes, and hope can wither. But it doesn't have to be this way. Recognizing the creeping pattern of isolation is the first step. Making a habit of reaching out, even if it's just a short conversation with a neighbor, joining a hobby group, or checking in with family via video call, can keep our social muscles strong and our minds resilient. Next on the list of habits to leave behind, inactivity. Our bodies and minds are inextricably connected. As we age, aches and pains, or simply the fear of them, can lead us to slow down. Maybe we opt for the elevator instead of the stairs, turn down an invitation for a stroll, or spend more hours sitting and watching TV. On the surface, it feels like a reasonable concession to aging. But for the mind, inactivity can be insidious. Physical movement gives a profound boost to mental health. It floods the body with endorphins, those natural mood lifters that can help chase away feelings of gloom. Regular exercise, even gentle activities like stretching, yoga, or walking, can actually help buffer the brain against depression and cognitive decline. More importantly, it instills a sense of autonomy, a reminder that we are capable, active players in our own lives rather than passive observers. To push back against inactivity, start small, commit to a daily walk, or try chair-based exercises if mobility is a challenge. The activity doesn't have to be strenuous to deliver a powerful lift to your mood and sense of self-efficacy. Over time, these little movements can become a life-affirming habit. Another sneaky culprit in eroding mental health in seniors is negative thought patterns. It's all too easy over time for pessimism or self-criticism to take root. Maybe we dwell on past mistakes, worry about what the future may hold, or convince ourselves that our best days are behind us. For many, these thoughts eventually become a constant, uninvited companion. Negative thinking is more than just an unpleasant habit. It's an active saboteur of mental health. Persistent pessimism can distort your view of the world, sap your motivation, and even manifest in physical symptoms such as sleeplessness or fatigue. Combating negative thinking takes practice, but it is possible. One approach is to challenge those negative thoughts with evidence. For example, if you hear that small inner voice saying, "I never do anything right," pause and ask yourself, is that really true? Chances are you'll remember countless instances in which you succeeded, were kind, or made a positive impact. Sometimes, keeping a gratitude journal, just jotting down a few things you're thankful for each day, can reorient your mind toward the positive, opening the door to a more hopeful perspective. But perhaps the habit with the most profound impact is excessive worrying. For many seniors, worry can evolve from an occasional visitor to a permanent resident in their minds. Worrying about finances, about health, about children or grandchildren, about the state of the world, it can feel endless. And when left unaddressed, it can steal joy from the present, feeding anxiety, sleeplessness, and even physical health problems. The key to taming worry lies in recognizing when worry is doing more harm than good. There's a certain point where worrying stops being a helpful nudge toward action and starts being a drain on your energy. When you notice yourself caught in a loop of what-ifs and worst-case scenarios, take a moment to pause and breathe. Sometimes it helps to focus on what is within your control and let go of the rest. Simple techniques can make a world of difference. Deep breathing, mindfulness meditation, or even engaging in an enjoyable activity, like listening to music or gardening, can provide a much-needed break from the cycle of worry. Reaching out to a trusted friend, counselor, or support group can help too. Remember, you are not alone, and others are likely facing similar challenges. It's important to note that breaking these habits isn't about perfection. No one can banish worry forever, always see the glass as half full, or have the energy of their younger selves. Instead, it's about making small, consistent choices each day that serve your well-being rather than hinder it. With patience and persistence, new and healthier habits can blossom over time. Here's a closer look at a few practical things you can do every day to nurture your mental health as a senior. 1. Social connection. Make it a habit to interact with others. Whether it's a daily phone call, a regular game night, or volunteering in your community, these simple acts foster a sense of purpose and belonging. 2. Keep moving. Incorporate physical activity into your routine. This doesn't mean intense workouts, just enough movement to get your blood flowing and your spirits lifted. Dancing, swimming, tai chi, find what feels good for your body. 3. Challenge your mind. Stay curious. Read books, do crosswords, learn a new hobby or skill. Cognitive exercises keep your mind sharp and introduce you to new ideas and perspectives. 4. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself. Aging comes with changes, and it's easy to be hard on yourself for things you wish you could still do. Instead, celebrate what you can do and treat yourself with the care you'd offer a friend. 5. Set a routine. Structure is your ally. Creating a daily routine provides stability and can reduce feelings of aimlessness or uncertainty. It doesn't have to be rigid. A gentle framework for your day can do wonders for your peace of mind. 6. Stay open to change. It's never too late to try new things. Step outside of your comfort zone, whether that means joining a new club, learning technology, or traveling to new places. 7. Gratitude and mindfulness. Each day, pause to reflect on what's working and what brings you joy. Mindfulness practices, being present in the moment without judgment, can help anchor you during turbulent times. One of the most powerful things to realize is that mental health is a journey, not a destination. There will be easier days and harder days, but each small step matters. The habits you form, the choices you make, and the connections you build all contribute to a life filled with meaning and contentment. Of course, if you find yourself struggling more than usual, if persistent sadness, anxiety, or hopelessness make it hard to get through the day, reach out for help. There's no shame in asking for support, whether it's from family members, friends, or mental health professionals. Just as we wouldn't ignore persistent physical pain, we shouldn't brush aside mental health struggles. Let's come back to the idea that our golden years can, in fact, be golden. As seniors, you are stewards of wisdom, resilience, and experience. You've weathered storms and celebrated triumphs. By letting go of these unhelpful habits, by saying no to isolation, inactivity, negativity, and worry, you open up space for the things that truly enrich life: connection, joy, curiosity, and peace. So, next time you find yourself falling into an old pattern, remember that change is both possible and powerful at any age. You are never too old to make a positive change. Each new day offers a fresh start, a chance to reach out, to move, to learn, to love, and to grow. And as you go forward, consider sharing with others the habits that have worked for you or those you're trying to change. Supporting one another in this journey doesn't just empower you, it uplifts your entire community. Let's imagine a day when instead of feeling isolated, you started off with a friendly chat or a shared activity, where physical movement is something to look forward to, not dread, where negative thoughts are replaced with self-appreciation and hope, and worries are acknowledged, addressed, and then gently set aside. It all starts with awareness and a willingness to shift, even just a little. Over time, those little shifts can add up to transformative change. As a reminder, the path to strong mental health isn't about struggle or denying reality. It's about crafting a new story for ourselves every day, one where joy, purpose, and peace are priorities, and where every choice, no matter how small, matters. So take a moment today to reflect on your own habits. Which ones are serving you, and which ones might be quietly holding you back? What small action can you take right now to move closer to the life you want and deserve? Remember, there is immense power in simplicity. Pick up the phone and call an old friend. Step outside for a few minutes of fresh air. Try writing down 3 things you're grateful for. Smile at yourself in the mirror. These are humble beginnings, but they can become the habits that sustain and uplift you for years to come. No matter where you are on your journey, let this be a gentle nudge. Your mental health matters, and the best time to start caring for it is always today. Whether you're supporting a loved one or embracing your own senior years, know that hope, fulfillment, and happiness are not just possible. They are within your reach. Thank you for tuning in to this exploration of habits that truly matter in our later years. Here's to building new routines, breaking unhelpful patterns, and living each day with meaning, connection, and joy.